Hello everyone, it's Teo Shante Plants and welcome back to my YouTube channel. In this video, I'm going to show you how I created this interactive door in my bullet journal. So we're going to start off by taking my pencil and drawing out the shape of the door. And you want to take into consideration that when you open the door, the page behind it, whatever you're going to write on that page, you want to make your door big enough so that it gives you enough room for whatever you're going to put behind it. So you can make this as large or as small as you want it to be. I've decided to go with an arched door shape, but you can also do a square door shape if you would prefer. And so once I've got that drawn out, I've figured out where my center point is. Marking the center point is important because that's where the opening of the door is going to be. So I'm just taking a ruler and my craft knife and I'm going to cut open the shape of the door. For the center point opening, you want to make sure you cut a very thin rectangle shape because you're making two cuts going down the center just to ensure that the doors don't hit each other and they can actually open comfortably. And then because I did an arch shape, I'm showing you in real time, not sped up, how slowly I was moving around that arch because you want to take your time with curves when you're using a craft knife. Next, I want to work on my door hinges. So I'm going to take my bone folder and I've marked out the start and stop point because I'm working on white paper and it just makes it a little bit easier for me to see, which is why I gave myself the pencil guidelines. And I'm just running that along the full side of the doors, and that way it's going to make it easier for the paper to fold and bend and open and close the way that I want it to. And then I'm just taking my bone folder, the flat side, and just pressing that so I get a nice sharp crease, bending the pages or bending the door back and forth so it gets a little movement going. Now I'm going to flip over to the back of that page and I want to reinforce those hinges because they're going to be moving so much. I definitely don't want the paper to rip or tear. And so I'm going to take this sticker. This is one of the color wash stickers from Paper Trail Plans. But if you don't have one of these, you can just use washi tape back here. Keep in mind, the part that's on the door, you are going to see that when you open it. So with whatever you decide to put on the back here, you want to make it something that is going to go with the theme and color scheme of what you're creating because this will be visible. So I'm just pressing that down onto the page, and I'm also going to add a little bit of floral deco for two reasons. One, because that color wash sticker isn't wide enough to cover the entire door, and two, because the flowers are going to look really pretty when I open the door. So two birds, one stone. I really like the way that that looks. Now I need to reopen my doors because I've placed that sticker over it. So again, I'm going to put my cutting mat underneath there and very slowly take my time with my craft knife and just run along the opening that's already created there. The sticker is fairly thin, so it's pretty easy to slice through. It doesn't take a lot of pressure or anything like that, but I do want to take my time and be careful because I don't want to like slice through the door or change the shape of it. So just want to get that going. Now that I have that open, again, I'm going to use my bone folder to reinforce those hinges and get that door used to opening and closing. Now that I have that done, I'm moving on to the space that's going to be inside the door. We'll see when we open it. And I'm just marking out the amount of space that I'm going to need so that I can create the table that'll go inside of there, using my highlighters to draw out some lines. And the fun thing is that you can use this for whatever you want. If you're wanting to use it functionally, create a table, make a list, whatever you want to use it for, or you could use it decoratively if this is like the cover page in your bullet journal and you want to have the door open up and you just want to put some pretty stickers or an image or draw something really cute behind there. If you draw in your bullet journal, you have so many options, and this part you can use it either really functionally or decoratively, however you decide to do it. I decided to just draw a table inside of there, and then I'm adding some stickers just to decorate it. Now that I've completed decorating inside of there, I'm going to glue these two pages together, which I'm going to regret later as I start decorating the outside and front of the door. It is my personal recommendation that you wait to glue these 2 pages together until the very end. And I'm going to show you why it is I say that, because I'm going to try to decorate the outside and layer something that would have made it a lot easier if I hadn't glued these 2 pages together yet. So just from my personal experience, don't make the mistake that I'm making here. Don't glue it down yet. But when you do glue it down, you want to, of course, run your glue completely around the frame. Avoid the areas where the actual doors are, but everything else you want completely glued down. I decided to go with a glue stick, which is totally fine. It works perfectly well. It's going to adhere your pages with no problem, and it's going to stay stuck closed. There's a couple areas of things where we're going to use tape for on this door, the hinge specifically, where I feel like that's a much better adhesive, or double-sided tape. But for just gluing the 2 pages together, you can use double-sided tape or a glue stick or whatever type of glue you have. Totally up to you for that. Now here's the part of the video where I created the closure for the door. And my camera was off and I thought I was recording, but I wasn't. So we're just gonna go ahead and repeat that so I can show you what it is I did. So the first thing I want to do is I'm taking a piece of the journaling notebook paper. You can rip this out of the back of your journal, or if you have a piece of scrap paper that you want to use, that's totally fine as well. You're just going to cut that down into the size of a square or a rectangle, and you want to make it so that it's long enough so that it can keep the door closed, but not so long that you can't pull it out of the opening. And so once I have that down, I'm just going to measure out where I want to cut the opening in the door. And again, I'm going to cut a very thin, long, slim rectangle, because you need the opening to be wide enough and easy enough for that hinge to get through. And so you want it to be just slightly taller than the rectangle piece that you cut. Aiding top and bottom, leave a little bit of room. I would say like millimeter, centimeter, very small amount of room. It doesn't have to be huge, but you don't want your opening to be so tight that it makes it difficult for you to actually open the door. And so I've marked out the opening for where to cut, as well as where to tape that rectangle down. As you can see, I used double-sided tape to adhere that rather than my glue stick, very intentionally, because I want to make sure that that closure does not lift or move. And the tape, I just feel, is stronger than a glue stick. So now that the closure piece is created, I have a fully functioning door. And the only thing left is just to decorate it however you decide to. And so you have tons of options. You can draw on it, you can color on it, you can use markers, you can use stickers. I, of course, am always going to opt to use stickers because that is my personal favorite thing to use in my bullet journal. And so I'm just going to decorate around it. And so let's play some background music for a bit while I'm decorating this, and then I will pop back in when I get to the part where I'm reinforcing that door closure. All right, here we go. This part is important because we're going to be opening and closing this door a bunch. We want to make sure that the opening that we cut into the door is reinforced with some stickers. So on the back, we already have that color wash sticker that's on the back, and that's helping keep that part strong. And we want to do the same thing on the front here. So I'm taking these trim stickers and I am just sticking that on both sides of that opening. And that way, each and every time I'm pulling that door opening and close, and it's going into that little slot, it's not going to rip the paper because the stickers are helping to keep that strong. Now I want to decorate that door closure piece, and I feel like it's so important to decorate that because it helps it make it feel like it's just one piece instead of this square that got taped onto the page. If you decorate it in a way where it kind of feels seamless with the rest of what's happening with the door around it, I feel like the look of it blends in really well. So layer some stickers on top of there, and it's gonna look totally seamless and awesome, and it helps pull together the whole look of the door. here's where we get to the part where I was very sad that I glued these 2 pages together already. So I'm going to show you what I mean by that, right? If I take this sticker, stick it where it's on top of the door, but also on the page, and then flip it over and use my craft knife and just run along that opening that's already there. Again, I'm showing this in real time so you can see how slowly I'm moving very deliberately so that I don't create any extra additional cuts in the door. But now I have this floral that is cut perfectly and it like hits curves on that arch exactly the way that I wanted to, and it's like part on the door, part on the page. Love that effect. But I glued these 2 pages together already, so I tried to cut a curve in that floral that I stuck on the top of the door. That curve is not accurate to the shape of the arch in that door, but it's okay. We're just gonna roll with it. This is just an example, and we learn from our mistakes, or at least I definitely do. I have been learning as I go in my bullet journal with every single spread that I've created, and I'm so glad to be able to share this with you guys, and that you guys are enjoying seeing how I pull this stuff together. Your encouragement and the comments that you guys give me means so much to me. I can't even begin to say thank you so much. So now that we've added the deco to the page as well as the title, we've completed this and it is perfect and ready to use. I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, please be sure to give it a thumbs up because it helps me out with the YouTube algorithm and I appreciate it very much. I hope you're all having an amazing day and I'll see you next video. Bye.